Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're here right now, I'm gonna assume it's because you've just finished watching episode 1. So let's get into it, let's discuss some things. And of course, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Obviously, that was our first day of shooting, of filming. I've never been on TV before. So we had to wake up so early. We were living in London and we had to drive to Birmingham all together, yeah? And that took hours. Of course, we were tired. We were up in the AM. So by the time we actually got to Gymshark, I think we're all exhausted and we're just thinking like, what is going to happen today? But obviously we're all super buzzed and super excited. And then we get this challenge that you have to do gym friendly makeup. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I do not wear makeup to the gym because, you know, I just assume that I'm just going to be sweating buckets and I don't want my makeup to like, you know, get clogged in my pores and things like that. So many considerations that we're meant to be making at the time. It was a lot. Massive shock to the system. When I was thinking about my look, I did like a pink orange ombre lip, and that's because I saw Ivy's leggings and they had like this pink and orange abstract something going on, and I really liked those colours. So I was like, I'm gonna do a little ombre because obviously I'm the ombre lip queen, and that's what inspired my look. So that was meant to be my key feature. But the skin, I have to say, I really struggled on because in my head it just wasn't computing that no makeup, gym friendly makeup, it wasn't adding up, the math weren't mathing. So, you know, I was just whacking on whatever I could. I tried to keep it a little bit subtle, and then last minute I just went in with that blush and you saw it. But yeah, obviously not my best work, but you know, at least it was okay. I didn't make it into the red chairs, thank the Lord, because I could not have done that next part with a time deficit. I just have to say at this point, shout out to my girl Nancy, because did you see the look that she turned out with 15 minutes less? Like, girl, yes. Honestly, I was so impressed. We even got a message from Alex Box and everyone was like screaming, and she was just like, you know, good luck in the competition, like wishing us well basically. But it was just such a massive like confidence boost just to know that you're in the right place, to have like someone as legendary as Alex Box even sending you a message. So that's something that I thought we'd actually see on the episode and we didn't, which is a shame. But I think everyone that was there, all 10 of us, we really felt that and we were touched by the message. So anyways, we're now on the second part of episode 1, doing the creative brief, yeah? Now, obviously coming into this, you've beaten thousands of people to get to the top 10, yeah? So obviously we're all pretty confident, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not a massive creative makeup artist. I love a bit of glam, do you know what I mean? So I thought I'll do a little bit of glam on the bits of my actual face, and then we'll do this lovely like multi-chrome flakes, which just looked like fire and heat and light. So that was the inspo. But as you heard me say in that episode, I was trying to pretend like I was at home doing makeup just to make myself a little bit more like calm. But literally the time goes like that. Even though it is like 2.5 hours, it feels like 15 minutes, like swear down, it goes so quick. And so as we're getting towards the end of like the 2.5 hours, yeah, you know, you start looking around, you're like, shit, people are really talented in this room, like damn. And I felt so intimidated. I don't think I've ever felt like that. Not that I was gonna go home or anything, but I just thought, wow, if I knew that the level of talent was gonna be at this level, I would have done way more practice before I got here and I would have absolutely elevated this look. That's all I was thinking. But you know, it's too late at this point. I'm just trying to finish. So I do my look, obviously get the pictures done, whatever. Now, when we get the critiques, honestly, everything that Val and Dom said was just so spot on. They really make you like think about the work that you've done and how you can elevate it. Like I got a tip from Dom about how I could have added depth to like the bit where I had the multi-chrome flakes, because I didn't even know how to go about that. I know that I needed to make it look like it was underneath, but I didn't know how because I was working with these chrome flakes, and he was like, if you want to add depth and you work with that sort of material, you can mix in a little bit of black glitter and that will add the shadow underneath. And I was literally like, let me write that down. Like, literally, we spend like, I'd say maybe about 10 minutes with Val and Dom, where they're stood there kind of giving us these tips and tricks, and everything they said I will 100% take on board and I will be using in everything, because they're just so smart. And when you're there, you really understand why Val and Dom are Val and Dom. Like, they are absolute legends in the game and they know what they're talking about. So I really appreciate the critique. Obviously, I didn't even know that I was that close to being in the bottom 2. Thank the Lord that I wasn't, because if I was in the bottom 2 episode 1, I don't even know what I would have done, you know? I might have just had a panic attack and had to go home. So God was 100% on my side. The light of God was on my side that day. So yeah, that was pretty much where we left off. But obviously, shout out to Mikhail because he made it past the face-off, and that reverse cat eye was delectable. Like, we don't get to see it, so I saw it when you guys saw it in episode 1, and it was just crisp. It was so symmetrical, and I legit want him to do that on me. So Mikhail, if you're watching this, you better be on your way to my house, girl, because I need that. It just looked so good, and I'm just so happy that I got to spend more time as well with Mikhail, because honestly, like, he ended up being like one of my closest friends in the house too, so I did not want his time to be cut short. So after everything, the havoc of the first day, and you know, unfortunately Charlie being sent home that day, I think everyone was just so relieved, like we'd made it. You know, like episode 1, you don't know what to expect, so to just make it past that, you're like, oh, like now I can breathe. So when we got back to our apartment, we had such a good night. We're just dancing. Actually, no. I'm lying now. When we got back to our apartment, I was absolutely knackered, so I went to bed. I was literally laying in my bed watching Netflix on my phone, and upstairs everybody else was having a party. Like, I could hear the music, they were just like dancing. And then yeah, a few of the guys came and they were like, come, like, you really need to go upstairs and join us. And I was like, do you know what, let me go and see what's happening there. And honestly, that's the best decision that I made, because we're just dancing around the room, and it's not even like we were that lit, but it was just such a good way to relieve ourselves of the stress that had built up. So have a look for yourselves and see what we got up to. Here's a little behind the scenes.
Wow, work it.
But at least for now, I gotta go my own way.